So we're just headed down to the water now. Just gonna put the boat in, just back there. But I love the new hat. I'm gonna try and dive with it today. It's pretty good. This is awkward. Someone's gonna have to change. I guess. Gonna go in the water now. On this trip to Ucluelet, I was fortunate enough to be able to stay 3 days rather than just a day trip like my last couple trips. The weather and visibility were pretty hit and miss. The first day was a lot of rain mixed with some rather poor visibility, which made our dive not the greatest. However, on the second day, it was fantastic. The weather and viz were awesome, and most importantly, we found some fish. Most of this video is going to be of that day, and a little bit of the third day, but hope you guys enjoy. On the first day, due to the speed of the boat and the amount of rain, we had to wear masks just to be able to see. Like I said, our first dive, the visibility was horrible, but I have one clip that I have to show you guys just to show you how bad it actually was. So you can see me dive down here, but you can't see anything. You can't even see the fish that I shot on the video here, which is pretty crazy until I get back to the surface. So this first dive was not great, but we were able to get a couple of greenling that we cooked up for dinner. Thankfully though, on our second day, the visibility was so much better. We had a good 20-30 feet of visibility, which makes diving so much better. And I was actually able to see a whole bunch of rockfish here. There's hundreds of them swimming around. It's absolutely gorgeous. One of my favorite things about spearfishing though, is how selective you can be, and you don't have to harm any fish that you're not wanting to keep. Unlike regular fishing, you only target the exact fish that you're going to keep and take home. Although one of the trickiest things I find about spearfishing is the size restrictions on some of the fish, such as Lingcod. This, in large part, is due to me being fairly new at spearfishing, and it will come with experience. However, judging a fish's size underwater can be very tricky. A couple factors include distance and visibility, which can severely alter your perspective of the fish. When I first seen this Lingcod, I believed it to be a good size, but then I paused and second-guessed myself until it turned and showed me a side profile. But then I knew it was big enough, but I almost missed my chance. Lingcod here have to be 65 centimeters, so after I caught this one, we measured it, and it was only 66 centimeters, which is still legal, but you gotta be careful. And this one was, I believe, 7 pounds when we weighed it as well. Most people only show the highlights, the good fish they catch, all the perfect stuff about spearfishing, but this next clip here, I want to show you a big fail of mine. So this just kept going downhill farther and farther, and again, because of my inexperience, there's definitely a couple things I should have done differently, but let's just go through this video here. Shoot, but I actually missed it. So I didn't realize right away, but there was a small fish right behind it, rockfish, and you can see lying up on my shaft, and this big Lingcod comes and grabs it. And I paused for a second, but the Lingcod had already took the spear into the cave, and it got stuck between some rocks. I'm trying to wrestle it out, but the Lingcod has it good, and it's just stuck between the rocks. But I've already been underwater for about 45 seconds, so now I need some air. And back up to the top I go, and I left my gun and everything down below. There's definitely a few things I should have done better, like I said. For one, make sure there's nothing behind the fish you're targeting. Two, if something grabs your fish, like a small Lingcod like this, I should have grabbed it right away and yanked the spear and the shaft back, but I was just kind of surprised by the Lingcod, and it all happened so fast. I didn't think to yank it away until this Lingcod had actually grabbed the small fish and brought it into the cave, which at that point it was too late and my shaft was stuck between some rocks. But the most important thing I can say to you guys is no amount of gear, your gun, your GoPro is worth you getting hurt or possibly drowning trying to rescue your stuff. In the long run, get yourself back to the surface and try to get your stuff after, like we did here. once I got my gun back, I was able to go down and we grabbed a couple more rockfish. But I still didn't learn my lesson, and I shot this right next to some rocks and got my shaft stuck under, but luckily it was just a small boulder and I was able to just lift it up, and after a little finessing, I got my shaft back out. Like I said, spearfishing can be very selective, but mistakes do happen, and sometimes your shaft doesn't go all the way through, or it hits the side of the fish and you don't quite get it to stick on your shaft, which sucks because you hurt the fish and it's swimming away with that injury on it. But sometimes like this, Fred shot this fish and I actually seen the fish that he hit and I was able to get it still. And here's the other lingcod I was able to get. For the most part, we're swimming between 30 and 40 feet of water. A couple times I dipped down to about 50, but I didn't see much around there. So we stayed to where we're seeing the fish. And yeah, it was a very good trip overall. It was awesome catches, good times. Yeah, hopefully do it again soon. Big thanks to Fred for taking us out in his boat, but he got rewarded with the biggest fish. So I think that's karma right there. And thank you to Lori for sending me some of the footage she shot.